Let's talk about parallel universes. We're talking about different timelines now. We've got two different timelines going on. And this is kind of an insight into what's happening. If God and man are one perfect cause and effect, then material existence is an illusion. It's a myth. It's a waking dream, just like the dreams we have at night. Only this waking dream is what we're working in when we're not sleeping. And we can change this dream just like we can change the dreams we have at night when we wake up. We're hid with Christ in God. Once we begin to get it through our spiritual practices, that we are one with the divine, with God. God is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within us. And when we're tested, like I was the day I was driving my Volkswagen Jetta without a seatbelt on, and I smashed into a pickup truck when I took a curve on a slippery road. I went head on, going fast enough to destroy my car. The engine dropped down. I went forward. I broke the windshield with my head. Right here, I hit it, and there was blood that trickled right down to just above my eyebrow. And I broke the steering wheel with my chest. It collapsed under me. It's meant to do that, thank God. But, you know, the center of the steering wheel hit me really hard in the chest. The whole car was demolished. A policeman showed up. And I think there's some chemicals that you release in your brain, because he looked fabulous when he showed up. And I was very glad to see him. But he called an ambulance. I didn't really want to go in an ambulance. I was afraid they'd be really negative, because while the policeman was there, I declared the truth. I said, God is my life, with a capital L, 3 times. I took authority over the situation, claiming that God, being my life, was in charge. The accident was part of the dream. Not really real, because in that level of consciousness we call the Christ, there are no problems. And you can go there. Even when you're greatly tested, you can rise above, you can go there and experience harmony, which is what I had to do, because I wasn't going to go down into that miserable mess that I just created with the accident. So I stayed above it. They took me to the hospital, x-rayed me from head to toe. And I still remember the doctor coming in, looking me in the eye and saying, with this amazing, quizzical, strange look on his face, "You didn't even break a bone." I think he was shocked, because the policeman had come in and told him about the accident and how bad it was. When I went back to the junkyard, the guy there said, "You mean you're still alive?" Because the car was demolished. And I just walked away. Now, that was a lesson, because I had to do my own metaphysical work. I had to keep my thought above it. Even when the doctor came in, he was worried about my blood pressure and he wanted to give me a transfusion, and I didn't want that. So once again, I had to stay above it. My blood pressure changed, so I didn't have to get one. But the interesting thing to me was, even though it was a very bad accident, it didn't touch me. It didn't scare me, didn't cause me anxiety. And it was kind of like, oh, well, things happen, but you don't have to go into it. You don't have to get down into it. Now, these times that we're living in, this parallel universe, there's the believers who know how to step off the matrix, to disconnect from the problems and create a better version of their situation and solve the problems by going into that higher realm of consciousness where there are no problems, only solutions. And then you've got the 3D people who are worried, freaking out, creating more problems for themselves because they're so entangled, they can't find their way out. And that's not a good place to be. But everybody's different. So you get to pick in this time of very distinct parallel universes, which side do you want to be on? Where do you want to go? Into the spiritual realm, where you realize that the dream that you're living in the three-dimensional world, you can have dominion over, you can be sovereign, you can rely on God to bring you out of a bad situation? Or do you want to be stuck? It's up to you.